I've pretty much got, what I've got. Like right now, like I am booked April 30th is my next date available. And from now to then, I think I've got 32,000 on the books over the next 4 weeks.
That's a beautiful thing to be able to say.
I'm
That's
averaging,
awesome.
it's kind of amazing. It started out a little slow, but I'm averaging 8,000 to 9,000 a job. So I've gotten lucky on, so I mean,
Wow. It's awesome to hear about your success, man. I love it.
great. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I bet that's a good problem to have. Well,
Oh,
it's always funny because when I talk to people for the first time, it's like, hey, listen, man, this is what people have in the first like 3 to 6 months, and a lot of times people are like, yeah, maybe, sure, whatever, and then you talk to them 3 months later, and they're like, yeah, man, I can't even believe how much money I'm making. It's like, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's nice.
It's a
Yeah, never would have thought you could build a business like this with painting cabinets.
Oh, I know. It's
the craziest thing to me.
It is. It's amazing.
But it's definitely a blessing. It's been a blessing to me, and I'm glad to be able to share it with other people. Hey guys, Steven here with Cabinet Startup. We got Wilson with Cabinet Startup here. We got Charles with Quality Cabinet Coatings. How's it going, Charles?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. How's it going, Wilson?
It is going incredibly well. Another beautiful week in America.
That's right. That's right. Well, I appreciate your time, Charles. Me and Wilson wanted to get some time to catch up with you. You went through the Cabinet Startup Program, and, as we've been hearing, you've really had some great success, and you've had a good story, and we'd love to share that with some of the other students and some other people considering the program. So we'll just ask you kind of a few questions, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Good?
Perfect.
Awesome. So maybe let's just share with the audience a little bit about where you came from and what you're doing before Cabinet Startup.
Well, I was doing foundation and waterproofing before I got into the cabinets. Always had some painting experience, construction experience. So it wasn't really foreign. Painting cabinets was foreign to me, but the idea of painting and doing construction type work was not foreign. So as I was researching everything, it just kind of felt like a normal fit. I had some painting experience, so it wasn't like I was going blindfold into something. So it had a little confidence to start with that I did have a little painting experience.
Awesome. Well, then you were doing the foundation work. You had some experience, you had some skills, and how did you find out about Cabinet Startup?
I just had owned my own business before and kind of always wanted to get back into it. And, spent about a year doing a lot of research. Obviously, some of the franchise fees are just so exorbitant, it's just not affordable. For a guy with kids, it just don't have that much liquid access. So, scrolled through Facebook, saw the Cabinet Startup and page, hit the link, watched it, and kind of got my interest turning from there. And guess the rest is history.
Yeah. I think you connected with Wilson before you met me, right?
Yes, I did. I think me and Wilson talked 2 or 3 times before I made the move into it. Just had to get my ducks in a row and make sure this was the right fit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a big decision that you and a lot of other people have had to make. And how was your call with Wilson? What kind of helped you understand that this was a good opportunity for you?
Very thorough. There's so much out there that's just, they promise you the world but don't deliver. And Wilson was very upfront. He said it's hard work. You've got to put the time in and follow the system. And that's what I liked. I like, what you see with me is what you get, and that's what I want from everybody else. Right. The truth. If it's a good fit, it's a good fit. If it's not, it's not. And I think Wilson was very upfront with that, and that's what kind of drew me in to really make that move. Was just so much upfront with it.
Well, and was it true? Have you had to work hard since then?
I've had to work hard. It's hard work, but there's no get rich quick scheme. And, that's what, there's so much of that out there. And that's what I wanted to make sure was what it was. And, I don't mind hard work, obviously it pays off.
It has now, right?
Oh, yes.
That's awesome. So,
Charles, well, I'm kind of curious. So, you said originally you were doing foundations. What was going on with foundations that you were considering getting out of that entirely? Because if you want to start your business, why do something else as opposed to just staying with foundations?
Well, I work for a family-owned company. Okay. Obviously, I'm not family. So, I was stuck. It was kind of a dead-end job. What I'm doing now, I enjoyed it, made good money. but I was never going any further up. What I was doing then is what I've been doing 10 years from now. So, just wanted to get back. And I said, I'd owned a business for 10 years. So I wanted to get back being my own boss, might as well make it for me instead of somebody else.
The biggest thing was getting back to really just being your own boss.
Right.
Having control. Since you've gone through the program, do you really feel like you have that now?
I do. I set my time. If I need to get off for kids sports or anything like that, I go, I have to work late at night some nights, but it's a sacrifice I make, to be able to do that. But it does allow me to do that where I'm not stuck running preset appointments and can't get out of it. So it's been a blessing.
I'm always curious, what's been the biggest change for you now that you do have your own schedule and you are your own boss and setting that up?
I get to spend more time with the family. I mean, I'm not gone from 7 to 7 at night. If I am one night, then I can make up the next night. I always try to make Monday my long day of prepping and trying to get the primer on the first day. I try to make Monday the long day so the rest of the week I can set my own pace.
Awesome.
And still have time to run appointments, in between what we're doing.
That's cool, man. Well, almost, I would say arguably more exciting than like the revenue, and you have been crushing it. That's the kind of stuff I really like to hear. It's like when people go from not having their time to having time back, because the time you spend with your family, you never get that back. That's awesome.
No. And that was one of the things, doing that. I had no control over my time. All my appointments were preset, which is great. I didn't have to cold call, but I was at their mercy. If I wanted to try to do something, I'd have to try to change it to get to a baseball game. Now it's allowing me to coach, which now we're not, but with everything going on, but it allows me to, be able to coach my kids play ball, coach them and, help coach them.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're able to coach now, not just go to games, you're actually coaching.
Right. So, and it gives me the opportunity where now I can do it.
That's awesome. So you're making more money and you get to coach.
Exactly.
That's a win. That is a win. So of all the, different options there are out there, because, between franchises, which, are really expensive, but, there are a lot of get rich quick schemes, make $1 million from your underwear type of things on the internet. What was the thing for you that helped you decide that cabinet startup was the real deal? Why did you decide to put your faith here?
Just took a leap of faith. I said before, y'all were up front, y'all didn't promise the world. You said it, we had to go through the process, follow the process, and it was hard work, and, there was no get rich quick scheme. You had to put your time in to make it work. And that's what I like. I've never been scared of work, but I just felt it was the right thing. You talk to other people and they're like, oh, you'll be making this in a certain amount of time and you don't even have to show up to work. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, awesome. So you had this conversation with Wilson. He kind of showed you a path. You took the leap of faith. You went down that path and you decided to come to Orlando and meet me and the team. And maybe let's talk a little bit about how that experience was. What were you expecting and what did you actually experience?
I'm not quite sure what I was expecting. I would do it again. I would tell everybody to do it again. The simple fact that, that was a good week. You get to see all aspects of the business, from the accounting, from the paperwork, all the apps that you use to, running with the sales call, doing the priming. Because, painting's painting, but this process is totally different than anything I'd ever done. I'd never used a sprayer to paint cabinets. I'd always painted, but I'd never done cabinets. So, it was a valuable week, just seeing firsthand how it's done and, the expectations of what system to follow.
Great. Yeah, we really put a lot of work into trying to create a clear process to follow. And you not only did that during the training where we taught you the technical aspects in the training center, but then you were able to take those skills of learning how to do the sales appointments, how to actually do the jobs, and then how to organize the business as a whole. And then you went back home, and then what happened there?
It's a crazy story. Got home on Friday night, late Friday night. Got my first lead Monday morning, actually, and, ran it that Tuesday and sold it. I was like, oh my God, this is unreal. So the first lead we sold, got the deposit, like you said, do the deposit, and it allowed me to buy all my equipment, most of the stuff to
Perfect.
with, and from there, and I started in the November, it was kind of slow. We did a job in November, and then we went 3 weeks without one, and then boom, it went. Which I was expecting. I figured through Christmas it would be slow, but the 2 weeks before Christmas, we just exploded. We haven't stopped since.
That's fantastic. Well, tell us about one of the jobs you're most proud of.
Really good one. We did one up on the lake here in about 45 minutes north of us. Very, very nice house. Very weathered, stained look to it. Redid it. Went internal with everything. Rave reviews from the customer. He's went in and put some recessed lights. So he did like a battleship gray, and it just made that kitchen pop with the recessed lights. And that's probably the best one we did. Not the best, but just the funnest. He was very down to earth. He got in there and helped us and wanted to see the process. So very hands-on guy, but he was great during the process.
Awesome. You post pictures of that on your Facebook?
I do. We have pictures of all of them. I always do it before, after, and during. That way, and just kind of, I make my daughter collage them together for me because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Hey, resourceful.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, you were telling us a little bit behind the scenes, and maybe we can go into the numbers a little bit. You know, your average job right now is pretty good. You mind sharing what that is?
I would say my average job, and this is the largest one. We're doing one this week, which is we just upsold her today some extra stuff, and it's at 9,600. Got one in 2 weeks. That's 10.2. So got some big. Then we got another one that's around 8 coming up. So, you know, last couple months, my average ticket's probably been around $7,000-8,000.
That's great.
And that's per job?
That's per job, and that's really not really ordered doors. That's just painting.
Just painting. Wow.
So
Until you get into those refacing jobs.
Yeah, those refinishings I like. You know,
Those are great jobs.
Oh yes, those are great.
How long are you taking to finish these jobs?
Doing them in a week. We actually did. We got a little hiccup on some doors ordered through the cabinet door factory, and they were late getting. So we actually did. It's me. I've got a guy that works with me, and we actually did 3 jobs in 1 week a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow!
We were going to lose it. We were going to lose it if we couldn't work him in, because he's like, I've got to have it done. Two of them. One of them was pretty small. So
yeah.
That was a long week. That was about 8 to 10 o'clock every night trying to get all 3 in. So, but it paid off, and it was worth it.
That was probably a great money week.
Oh yes, it was a really good week. So
when we first talked, we talked about, you know, one of the big things that separates the winners from the losers in this is, like, you're gonna have problems, and you got to find a way to solve them. That is the exact type of problem solver we're talking about. Like, when it's got to be done, you find a way.
Right, and I'm up front with them. You know, I told her, I said, you know, the doors aren't here; they're going to be late. So we went ahead and we did everything. We did the frames. We did everything. And I said, as soon as the doors get here, I'll paint them. I'll make it a rush, and we'll come put them in. And, you know, she was up fine. She was a little upset at first, but, you know, we had to the next Friday. She was having people come over. So, yeah, that's why I said, I'll do what it takes to make sure we get these doors finished. If I have to work at 10, 11 o'clock every night, I'll have these doors installed to you by Friday. And we got it, and she was happy.
Nice.
So, you know, took the extra step to make sure she was happy, got a good review from it. So it was all good.
Well, the beautiful thing about those jobs is you really understand what's possible. So as you grow this company and you get in a position of leadership with multiple teams, you're going to be able to set certain expectations, but not ask them anything you haven't done yourself.
Right.
And when they present challenges to you on how they are having trouble finishing a job within that week, you can say with full honesty that you've done 3 in a week.
Yes, no doubt.
So that ends up being a valuable thing, a card you can keep in your pocket for years and years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a long week. We finished one on a Saturday, but hey, we got them done. So yeah, I'd done one, and I was kind of, you know, the door kind of threw me off, but we had done one. The guy's like, I didn't get a deposit. So I got burned 1 week on a deposit. So I double booked him.
Yeah.
Well, that way I've got it. And then he called me and I'd called him. I said, you got a stain? Nope. And I was like, okay, he's putting me off. Well, he called me Thursday, said, here's the stain. You coming Monday, right? And I was like, yeah. So I got it done.
You got to get it done.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome. So you've been crushing it so far. And what are your plans for the future? What's quality cabinet coatings looking like in the next 6 to 12 months?
Want to get 2 crews, obviously. And me kind of step back from the so much hands-on. You know, I've got a guy now I'm training. Eventually
Awesome.
want somebody to let him train them how to do it. And then, you know, obviously kind of set it up like you did, where each one's running their own job each week. I think I talked to you when I was in November. Obviously, my goal is I want to open one up in the Destin, Florida, Fort Walton Beach area.
Yep.
Kind of expand there.
Awesome. Well, great. I'm looking forward to that partnership.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
That's great. So you've been actually just with yourself up until now?
I've got a guy that's helping me from day one. So it's just.
Wow. So you've been doing all of these jobs. What's the biggest month you've had so far?
I would say January, we did around 34,000 in January.
Awesome.
February was pretty good. We had about 22 in February. And then March we're going to be right around 30 again this month.
With you and a helper.
Me and a helper. Yep.
And you're going to your own appointments?
And I'm running the appointments. Yeah. Now I'll let him run some too.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
For people that aren't part of this, Charles, how long ago did you actually graduate Cabinet Starter in Florida? What day did you graduate?
like November 2nd. Whatever Friday was, the week of Halloween, November 2nd, I believe.
Okay. Because, you know, when you
30,000 months.
Yeah. Well, when you and I talked originally, you know, I told you some big months were possible, and you said, yeah, I want to do really well. But, you know, if somebody had told you in October, right, that in 4 months, you'd be earning $30,000 a month, would you believe them?
No. I mean, I didn't, because I figured, you know, you'd have some smaller jobs built in, you know, and I thought it'd be slow to start with. I didn't realize, but you know, it hasn't. It's been great. It's picked up. I get about 4 to 5 home advisor leads a week, and I sell 2 to 3 of them. So, you know, it's pretty good.
That's really awesome. You know, having gone through the program, because a lot of what, you know, we talk to business owners a lot is it's more than just painting cabinets. It's the entire systems. It's all the process. How do you think having those systems and processes has really helped you?
I think it's good. I use the same system. You know, I don't deviate from anything. You know, I talk to every potential customer the exact same way. You know, I tell them the process. I'm big on process because there's so many people out here that's not spraying them. You know, you walk in and you feels like sandpaper, you know, and so I tell them the difference on how I do it. You know, I explain step by step the process that we do, and it blows people away. They're like, you put that much into it? I said, yeah, to do it right. And so I've been asked, hey, will you just roll them or brush them? And I was like, no, I don't want my name on it. Mm-hmm. So I kind of stand my ground, and it kind of gives them, they kind of step back like, oh, okay. So, yeah. I mean, it's just, I follow a process, you know, it's just, I always learn if it's not broken, don't fix it. And so I use the same system every time I go. I, you know, explain step by step how this process works, and it blows people away that much detail it goes into what we do and how much prep work we do. And they're like, you prep the whole first day? I said, yep. And it blows people away. And then they come in and they see what we do. They're like, wow. Yeah. It's like putting on Hollywood for them. It's like Hollywood shows because it blows them away.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. And so what would you say to people who are kind of on the fence about this and don't know if this is too good to be true, or don't know if this is a good opportunity for someone willing to work hard?
I would say do it. You know, take that chance like I did. You know, everything's up front. There's nothing hidden. That's what's great about this process is what you deliver, what you say you're going to deliver. If you follow the process, it's a no-win situation. I mean, no-lose situation. I mean, you're going to succeed if you follow the process.
Yeah. Well, great. Wilson, you have any other questions you want to add?
Yeah, this is something that I always think is funny, just because we're in it. We've been at the shop. Some people they say they're like, "Well, how do I know this isn't a scam?" Charles, what would you say to somebody that's like, "Oh, this might be a scam"?
I thought the same thing. When I was doing my, there's so much out there. I mean, everybody's trying to get your money. Do your research. Don't commit on the first day. I didn't commit the first day. I think me and you talked for a couple of weeks before I ever, committed to it, because I was leery. It's just your instincts is to be leery on something, that sounds this good. You're like, okay, what's the catch? There's no catch. Take that step, but you got to follow the process. It's like anything you do. If you invest it, you don't work it, it's not going to work. So, be prepared to work hard and follow the process.
What would you say was the number one thing that you did that helped you overcome that leeriness?
Just talk. You were upfront, you're honest, and that's what I liked. I don't talking to the wife. I said, let's do it. And no regrets. No looking back, and just did it.
So if you had the chance, you'd go back and do it again?
I would do it again. Yes, 100%. I'd do it again. So
awesome, man.
Well, great. Any last words to people watching?
Take the step. Be your own boss and enjoy life. I took it 5 months ago, and I said, it's wide open. I'm crazy that I'm booked 5 weeks out. Really wished I could find somebody to go ahead and start a second crew. But not to that point yet, but we're getting there.
It's a great problem to have.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely connect with you more on how you could do that and find some good people and be able to train them quickly.
Great. Sounds good.
There's a process to that as well. So you've reached that level very quickly. So we're excited to keep helping you grow, man. It's an exciting thing.
Looking forward to it.
Remind us, Charles, we have an award system we need to talk to you about.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. We're trying to actually give things away and give more and more resources and support for people who, like you, continue to follow the process and put in the work and reap the rewards.
Right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time, and we'll be looking to hearing from you soon.
All right. Sounds great.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah.